Get a £5 free bet every week with Offer Club from William Hill. Simply stake a total of £20 or more across the week on pre-match football accumulators with 4 or more selections, and you'll get a £5 free bet on the Friday. Join William Hill Offer Club on mobile or online now.
Here with Seniesa Estrada, who'll be fighting on September 10th at the Forum. Now, you're going to be taking on former champ Nancy Franco. Talk to us about the fight, because you're going to be fighting on Roman Gonzalez's undercard. You have fought on the same card before with Gennady Golovkin. Talk to us about the fight and the event.
Yeah, I'll be fighting September 10th for the 3rd time at the Forum on the Gonzalez undercard, and I'm looking forward to it and excited. It's a step up for me. I'm fighting a two-time former world champion by the name of Nancy Franco, who's from Guadalajara, Mexico. So it's going to be a tough fight. She has, all the experience as far as going a lot of rounds. She just fought the 108-pound champion from Argentina about 2 months ago, and she lost a 10-round decision. So she's used to going the distance and, has the experience for that. But I'm ready and I'm prepared. I'm ready to go my first 8 rounds, and I'm looking forward to it.
Now, let's talk about Roman Gonzalez, because there are some similarities in regards to Roman Gonzalez's temperament as a fighter. Not so much in the style, but you guys are both aggressive fighters. You're always in exciting fights and pretty much dominate your opponent in great fashion. What have you learned from Gonzalez or other fighters of the past?
I learned a lot from not only Gonzalez, but from other fighters in the past. I watched a lot of old school fighters such as Roberto Duran, Sugar Ray Leonard. Roy Jones is, of course, my favorite. And, I learned a lot of things from them. I don't, just look at them just to try to mimic them. Like a lot of fighters will look at a fighter and think, Roy Jones looks great when he has his hands down, and looks great when he, flies in with his hook. But, there's a reason there's a way and a reason as to what they do. So, I'm always studying fighters and studying my favorite fighters to, understand when, where, why, and how they do things in the ring. And that's the reason why I think, I'm so good and able to always adjust to my opponents because of that.
Now, you're back at your natural weight at 108 pounds. Was it difficult fighting bigger girls at 112 and above?
Yeah, it was difficult. I'm not back at 108 pounds because I've never even fought at 108 pounds as a pro, but I'm finally fighting at 108 pounds, which is where I should be at. And I've been fighting at 112, 114, and it's difficult because I'm fighting girls who are coming down from 130 pounds, and they walk around at that weight. I walk around at no bigger than 115, so to go down to 114, it's like I'm already at that weight when I walk around. So I'm constantly fighting bigger girls, but at the same time, there were fights that I had to take a risk and I had to take in order to get me to where I am today. Because, getting the opportunity to fight on 2 Triple G undercards and to fight at the Velasco Theater for Golden Boy on TV for the first time, sometimes those were the only opponents at that weight class. And if I didn't take the fight, then I wouldn't have been able to fight. And of course, I want to fight. So, I took some risks, but I'm still undefeated, and I'm ready to just continue fighting at the weight I should be at, 108 pounds.
How important is it to have an undefeated record? Because much like Floyd Mayweather, I don't believe he would have the career that he had if it wasn't for that undefeated record. I asked your dad about traveling overseas, and he talked about not getting a fair shake in Mexico or other countries. How important is it to have that undefeated record in order to succeed in the boxing world? Because in the MMA world, a few losses here and there doesn't hurt you, but in boxing, it's the end.
Right, yeah, it's very important, and it's important for women because a lot of women, they don't have undefeated records. There's a lot of draws and a lot of losses, and there's a lot of draws because they fight the same way. They kind of a lot of women just stay there and exchange punches. They don't really make it clear for the judges and clear for the crowd, which is, something that with my style, I don't like to do. I like, I make my win clear, and I want every round to be clear. So that's kind of the difference of my style compared to everybody else's, which is why I think I'm hoping to stay undefeated because of that, and just continue to keep learning and growing and making sure that I stand out from everybody else. And fighting overseas is not something that I would really want to do, and I really shouldn't have to do, because I can easily go to Mexico and fight there. They love women's boxing in Mexico. I can fight on TV all the time, but the thing is, if you can make it in the U.S., then, you can make it anywhere. I can go to Mexico and I can make it there, but, a lot of fighters are scared to come over here because they know it's tough for women in boxing and they can't make it. So, that's the challenge, and that's something that I want to do. I want to make it, in the U.S. where I'm from.
Is it good for boxing for Clarissa Shields winning her second gold medal?
I think it's great. I'm glad to see Clarissa, putting it down for women's boxing, not only winning the gold medal once, but doing it twice. That's great. That's great, and I can't wait to see her in the pros.
Do you think she'll have a very successful professional career?
Yeah, I think so. I think she'll have a great career. It's all about. The only thing that's tough about that is that the weight class. There's not too many women in the pros at that weight class, but if she can move her career the right way and get the right fights, then I think she'll be great.
Any final words to your fans out there and where they can follow you on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook?
Yeah, my fans can follow me at Seniesa_Estrada on Twitter and Instagram. And to get your tickets, you can DM my father, Joe Cool_Estrada, to purchase your tickets.
All right. Thank you.
Get a £5 free bet every week with Offer Club from William Hill. Simply stake a total of £20 or more across the week on pre-match football accumulators with 4 or more selections, and you'll get a £5 free bet on the Friday. Join William Hill Offer Club on mobile or online now.